I just took a shower. I just want to share something with y'all. A lot of y'all, if you like me, you realizing you're living this. You got people all over the place keeping an eye on you, and you probably don't know why. They're keeping a close eye on you, your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, some family members, people you thought was your friends. You're seeing shades of this. You got some friends of yours, some people you know that got involved with some people they shouldn't have got involved with. And now they're like this. You dig? They don't have control anymore. Alright? Sure you notice that some of the people you know that have been to the military or got locked up or went to the psych ward or went to a homeless shelter, they come out like this. Something happened to them. Alright? This movie's about mind control. Alright? Because you are living this. You are living in a controlled area, and there are individuals who are keeping you right where you at. They don't want you to realize who or what you are. Alright? Because then you'll realize you're living this. Okay? You'll realize that you're surrounded by, for lack of better terms, vampires. So what is a vampire? Where do vampires come from? How do people become vampires? In this movie, don't you find out that there are people who are born vampires, and there are also people who get turned into vampires, and there's also half-breed vampires. Alright? What does Blaze say in this movie about that one cop? Familiars. I don't like familiars. A familiar, he explains, is somebody who's not a vampire, but does the bidding of vampires in hopes to move up in rank and be turned into a vampire. Alright? So, we'll come back to that. You're noticing your town, the friends you have on Instagram and Snapchat, aren't their eyes like this? Don't they got these weird eyes? Right? Isn't it like everybody but you almost? And a few people that seem genuine that are not like this seem to be too dumb to understand, right? Okay? So kind of like I said about the vampires. You've got these vampire creatures here. And you've also got fake people here. And just like in this movie, some of them don't know they're fake people. Isn't that what we learn about clones? Some clones don't know they're clones, right? But then some of them do, as you learn in this movie about the replicants. This guy is running around killing off the replicants because they are known as dangerous technology. But that's because this is going on. There's something here that needs to breed with you. I'm not even going to get to that part. There's something here that has replaced people. All right? They look like people, but you notice they don't act like people, and they don't express emotion the same way. They don't have the same kind of critical thinking skills, but they can mimic you. Also, I don't have it here, but the movie Solaris, Solaris, goes into the same thing. It's a good movie. Alright? That's happening because this is what happened. Alright? Something is here with us that needs to feed off of us. And just like in this movie it explains, they came from a dying world, right? They're dying off. So they come here and they're hunting us. They're trying to live off of us. If they just wanted our planet, wouldn't they just get rid of us? No, they need us because we are the energy of this planet, right? We are condensed sunlight. Our skin is condensed sunlight. Carbon, melanin is condensed sunlight. They cannot absorb sunlight themselves, so they need a vessel to absorb the sunlight, and they absorb that energy from you, right? Like a battery, okay? But just like you see in this movie, in the end, they're not going to survive because they are not able to survive in a natural environment. As we know about global warming and climate change, it's really just that this is a hot planet, a tropical planet, and it's going back to being tropical, right? If you look up the Little Ice Age on Google, Little Ice Age, from the 1300s to the 1800s was an ice age. That's the era that they taught us was slavery. So, that explains a lot. This is why they're covering up the sun. Some of the people that y'all are dating, because a lot of people I notice are either in or just getting out of very narcissistic relationships with narcissistic, sociopathic, psychopathic people. Because these people who are very beautiful and good looking on the outside and make lots of money, on the inside they have a parasite, right? Okay? On the inside there's something else. They're completely different than us. All right? So they need someone to breed with. They want to breed with you. They want to use you as a surrogate or use your genes to create bodies for them to inhabit because their bodies deteriorate, don't they? Don't they age faster than us, even if they're black? So-called black, don't they age faster than us? Haven't you noticed they cannot stop eating meat? When everybody was talking about going vegan, which really kind of is a psyop because it's more so about eating fruit and eventually living off of the sun and prana and chi. You know what I'm saying? Breatharian, you feel me? These people cannot do that because their genetics will not allow so. They are not what we are. All right? We are something very special, and they wish they could be us. Don't they say that demons, what do demons want? Demons want to be able to live like humans, don't they? You know what I'm saying? So what were they calling demons back then? Maybe it's something more that they didn't understand. And kind of like with vampires, what happens if you were to do the rituals, which maybe some of these people that go Greek are doing? What if you have to eat some kind of human body part? What if you got to drink blood? What if, like you see with the celebrities, you got to sit in that tub of blood? What happens when you ingest a decaying human and you are a human? There's bacteria that's breaking down that dying human body, and now it's in you trying to break you down. So you're aging faster. You're dying now. You must feed. If you search on Reddit, sang vampire, sanguine vampire, S-A-N-G, vampire, you'll find real people who are going through vampirism, and they tell you what it feels like when they don't feed. They will tell you that it feels like how you feel when you get dehydrated. Their throat starts to hurt. They get really weak. They get headaches. All right? That's how you feel as a normal, whatever the fuck we are, whenever you're dehydrated. It's called The Thirst, right? Aren't there isn't there a vampire movie called The Thirst? It is. So check this out. Splice. All right, this movie, it shows they are using your genetics and mixing it with whatever they are to create vessels. So they can be people and walk around here with us. All right? So, what about these people? They are very good looking, aren't they? These people come into your life and they're very good looking. They tell you what you want to hear, and before you know, you're dating them or you're their best friend, and you start noticing over time that they are very narcissistic, psychopathic, sociopathic, very materialistic, right? Even though they make plenty of money, they're somehow jealous of you because you're not materialistic, right? Aren't their noses always different than yours? Isn't their hair texture always different than yours? Isn't their facial structure always different than yours? Sometimes, well, at this point in time, many of them look like us. They are also people of color. All right? But, like I said, their nose is different. Usually their nose is different. Usually their facial structure is like, their face is more slim. And the dudes usually cannot grow facial hair like we can. All right, as you see, I've got a beard. All right, my beard's dirty. All right, so who are these people? All right, the alphabet boys. And you can pick any of the, the top intelligence agencies that go by 3 letters: NSA, CIA, FBI. These people are not your friends. On this movie, they're the good guys, ain't they? But this, the Indo-European, the original European, the Moor, not all Moors, but Moors historically, these people are working against you. These are the people that go Greek, aren't they? You know what I'm saying? And they're working with these things, these parasites, right? Whether they came from space, whether they came from the center of the earth, I don't really care where they came from, all right? But they're working against you. They're not your friends. If they were your friends, why would they erase people's memories, right? These are not your friends. Why are they so worried about you? Why are they keeping up with you? I'm going to show you. Because our DNA is changing, all right? It's like we've been in hibernation mode. And now this sun, this gamma radiation coming from the sun, this photon energy that's coming from the sun, is activating what they call junk DNA, right? And it's going to change your relationship with the electromagnetic spectrum of this planet, all right? At one point, there was no moon around this planet. The moon changed the electromagnetic spectrum. All this cold stuff is new. This is not a cold planet. This is supposed to be a hot planet. The sun produces electromagnetic energy. You absorb it just like gamma radiation. You absorb gamma radiation through your carbon, through your melanin, through your skin and your hair. Don't cut your hair off. You feel me? All right? If you got facial hair, don't cut your facial hair off. Just like a cat has whiskers. That's important. You need that. It's a part of your, it's an extension of your central nervous system. So without it, you have a diminished intuition. So when you're aligned, you're not eating all this poison because you know it's poison in the food. It's metal in the food, right? It's metal in the meat. Some of the meat is not even what they say it is. It's human meat. Some of the meat, most of the meat is genetically modified meat. These chickens are the size of dogs and they grow without feathers, right? You can look it up. The cow is a hybrid animal. The pig is a hybrid animal. Hopefully by now you're not eating pigs anyway. Hopefully by now you're not eating meat still anyway. But if you get your body aligned with nature, you'll start noticing you'll have visions. Your intuition will be crazy. You will have deja vu all the time. You will basically be seeing into the future. You won't know what it is. But as time goes on, it's getting stronger. And this coming summer, I have a feeling we're going to see some very beautiful things happen. All right? This is why they are so-called gang stalking you. They really are hunting those of us who are unaware. Notice they subjugate in certain ways and they send handlers through our friends and loved ones, for those who are awakened, but really they're scared of us. If you really pay attention, they're scared of us. All right? Because this is what's going to happen. You're going to activate and you're going to be like a Super Saiyan. You'll be able to, like I said, you can do your own research on gravity. It's a theory. What it really is it's a change in the electromagnetic spectrum that is keeping you magnetically, basically to the ground. All right? But as this changes, as this earth gets hotter, as this new sun, they say, don't white people have videos talking about how the sun is different now? The sun used to be different. All right? You're going to change into this. You're going to be able to move stuff with your mind, telekinesis. Most of us are already clairvoyant, clairaudient. We can hear stuff that's super far away that we shouldn't be able to hear. You know what I'm saying? These powers, these abilities are activating, all right? Through chi and prana. So this is why they're scared of you. And also too about vampires. I'm just going to give you an example of them having to breed with you. Do y'all remember Chief Keef's cousin, Fredo Santana? Didn't he, remember after he went to the hospital, supposedly because of sipping lean, that's what they're using. They use these drugs, these man-made drugs, and they use these man-made chemicals like the weave and stuff they put in our women's hair to help mind control them and control them. You feel me? So, but what happened with Fredo? After Fredo went to the hospital because something was going on with I think his kidneys or his liver, probably directly from lean, he got out and you would have thought he would have stopped sipping lean. But no, he kept sipping lean. And something inside me always told me that his baby mama or his girlfriend at the time looked very suspicious. You know what I'm saying? So it just seemed odd to me that he died so quickly after having a child. You know what I'm saying? Notice also too, Capo, someone else associated with Chief Keef, he died as well. A lot of people in Chief Keef's camp died. A lot of these people in Chicago, these Negroes in Chicago, came from Mississippi. Their families moved up north from Mississippi, just like the people in Detroit, Indiana, all that. All right, there's something very special about us in this country, but we're not just in this country. They took us from here to Europe and all over. All right. So I need you to understand that you got nothing to be scared of, but you just need to know that these things, these creatures that we think are people, are out here keeping up with us. All right. So if you've got anyone in your life that's very comfortable playing with your emotions, getting physical with you, attacking you psychologically or physically, you need to get away from them because they are not what you are. Because we don't act like that, do we? We don't act like that to the people that we actually love. We're very caring people. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us already noticing that we're getting a lot of energy as of late. All right? I've been working out a lot lately. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Kind of back to the vampire thing. What did we learn about Thanksgiving? We just had Thanksgiving. What happened at Thanksgiving in real life? They came over here. We ate with them. We taught them how to farm, right? We taught them how to plant vegetables and stuff. What they do? They turned around and they ate us. Don't they admit now that they ate us? Don't they admit now that they have Neanderthal blood, right? Is there something up with that Neanderthal blood that makes them like this? So in a world where there's becoming less and less of a food source for them, aren't they using energy weapons? Aren't they zapping our energy? Aren't they taking our loosh? Aren't they energy vampires? Just like how there's energy vampires, like I said, search on Reddit, Sang vampires, S-A-N-G, and you will find that there are also blood vampires, which means if there's blood vampires, there are vampires that eat flesh too. Isn't that the story of Cain and Abel, to the most part? Isn't the devil a double? Looks like you, but isn't you, right? Cain and Abel, cannibal, you feel me? Just something to think about.